Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Inside IUE Sports. And I'm here today with women's head soccer coach Shane Meredith. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right.
It's game day, so I'm a little freaked out and on edge,
okay.
but I'm glad we're ready to hit the season. So.
All right. Well, let's just get into it. But
yeah.
Let's start with last season. For you as a head coach, if you can summarize up last season, how would you summarize it?
Well, I don't want to be one of those coaches that whine and complain and stuff, but we have set a standard here, and that's making the national tournament. Not that we've been there every year, but we've been to the finals, 3 or 4 times, and then been to the national tournament a couple times. And so not advancing to the finals last year was disappointing for us. Kokomo was a very deserving entry into the national tournament from our conference, but I think in that game we outshoot them 17-11 and out-corner them, 7-4 or something like that. And hey, nothing against them, but we felt that we missed some opportunities to get into the championship game and represent the conference ourselves. So.
What did last season? What did it tell you about? Okay, what do I need to work on with the team this summer, to get us ready for next season? Yeah.
I have a great group of young women. They are a joy to be around, and that's awesome. But we're competitors, right? I'm a competitor, and so sometimes I feel like our squad takes some time to warm up and to get out there and really compete and put it all out on the line. And we need to do a little bit better of flipping the switch earlier from being these nice young people that are going to be really successful in life to competing really, really hard. So.
Yeah, I gotcha. Of course, with the season, it always comes with recruiting. If you could, for us, just kind of go over the group of recruits you have brought in for this season, and maybe not this year, but maybe a couple years down the line. What impact can they bring to this team in the future, or maybe even this season?
Yeah, well, we graduated a few really good players, and on top of that, we had some fifth-year seniors that were going to come back, and they chose to not. They got jobs, and I don't hold that against them or anything. So we're going to ask some of these young players to step on the field and compete and be ready to play at the collegiate level. And as I look from last season to this season, 2 of the question marks are in the front and in the back, okay? And when I say the back, I'm really talking about goalkeepers. So we do not have the goalkeepers that were here last season, but we brought in 2. And Olivia Rogers, who's a true freshman, and Kylie O'Leary, is a transfer in. Her sister played here, all-time leading scorer and all that. And so one of those 2 or both of them are going to have to make their mark on this team and in this conference for us to be successful. And then, like I said, up front, Shelby O'Leary still in school, and what a great person and human being and soccer player. But for the second year in a row, we're going to have to replace our leading scorer. And she's not with us this year and all that. And so who is going to produce some assists and points for us? And that's going to be a big challenge for us.
So a lot of holes, it seems, that you need to fill. So as a head coach, heading into this season, is it more of just a sit and wait and see type of thing to see who can fill those holes? How are you going to approach this upcoming season with all those question marks?
Yeah, I mean, as I look at it, we're probably not in a position to be talking about an at-large bid to the national tournament. So it's all about the conference for us, and I've always felt that way, okay? And so, yes, we open up tonight against Siena Heights, and we want to play well, and we want to win. But these are all somewhat preseason games for us, right? So that we can hit the ground running come conference time. And we'll fiddle with the lineup a little bit, meaning maybe our formation, maybe, hey, Vanessa Temple has done a great job for us all over the pitch. She'll probably start tonight in the back, but Vanessa might get minutes up top, and we got to figure out the pieces, how they fit best together so that our puzzle is the prettiest, right? Denise Davalos is back this year. She was unable to play last year. And how and where do we use her? Because she's an incredibly gifted player. She has a great IQ for soccer. How do we use her? That is best for her, but then also for the team. And then we're going to be searching for goals and points throughout the year. And we're going to see who's hot. Can Mia Runyon, one of our recruits from Cincinnati, she's capable of scoring goals. And is she going to be able to do that at this level? We think she is, but she's got to prove herself. And McKenna Klein-Richard is going to get a lot of minutes up there, and she's excited to maybe produce some points. So it's not a rush to have a finished product, in my opinion.
Okay. So I remember talking at the end of the season, I don't remember if it was during the interview or maybe when we were just talking, you said, Shelby O'Leary, as great as a scorer she was, you wanted more scoring from everyone around.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This summer, was that something that was worked on heavily, trying to find more scores than just one? What were some things that you guys worked on over the summer, as in you saw it was a struggle last year, so you came in and said, okay, this is probably the first couple of things we need to work on if we want to see improvement?
So a lot of that is mentality, right? It's somebody willing to be like, hey, I'm going to be the queen today. Okay. I'm going to get in the stat sheets. And again, I referenced competing from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we're too nice, right? And sometimes we're willing to let Shelby be the star, or somebody else get the goal or the assist. We have to have somebody that's hungrier in front of goal. And so we've talked about this. I've sent some clips to some folks about getting in better areas, because that's the first step, getting in areas in front of goal. And I think when you increase the opportunities, good opportunities, obviously, percentages, you're going to score some more goals. And so that's what we've talked about with a few of our players, and that mentality. But I also want to be careful that I don't get in their head too much, right? If all of a sudden they're worried about missing a shot or something like that, that's not going to be a recipe for success either.
Yeah, because you want them to be confident. No matter how much you miss, you always, if you're the one going for the goals, you want to keep doing it no matter how much you miss. Kind of like in basketball,
Right.
As much as you keep, it doesn't matter how many shots you miss. If you're a shooter, you got to be confident and keep.
Got to do it. That's your
taking
role.
Your shot, of course.
Yeah, that's your role in life.
Looking at the summer, I think the biggest thing that I've heard from, Coach McConaughey and Coach Teberg was the chemistry and the bond that this team made over the summer. Can you go a little bit in on that? Maybe some of the activities the team did over the summer, whether that was what you put together or what the players put together. Can you kind of go over some of those and tell us, how do you feel the chemistry is for this team?
The chemistry is wonderful. I can't say enough about our student athletes, who they are as a group, but a bunch of individuals. We weren't able to do a ton this summer. I had wanted to work at a farm during preseason up north and do some weeding and all that. We because of some rain and some other things.
Weather was very chaotic. It was just up and down.
Yeah, and then with a smaller roster, I have to handle things a little differently this year. We've tried to get out and canoe, to bond as a team, and we weren't able to do that, and I feel horrible that we weren't able to do that. But what we try to do a lot is go to the bagel shop. My players like to go to the bagel shop.
I saw that. Yeah, I think I saw that.
And so that's just not about going to get a sandwich or something like that. That is, hey, put our phones away. Let's sit and commune and get to know one another and laugh and giggle. We're not going to talk about soccer right now. That type of a thing. And so I want to continue to do that. We're going to focus on getting out as a group and getting out to go see other teams play a little bit more. And then they have taken it upon themselves. I think Wednesday nights they're doing team dinners.
Okay.
And so, I'm stressed a little bit about our numbers. We could be really good this year. We have to stay healthy. But one of the bright sides about this is the team is gelling, and they have accepted one another, and they're very good to one another. Great sisters, which is very, very important. So.
And I mean, it all starts with the team chemistry, and I'm excited to see how you guys perform this season. But I will also ask you this: when you look at the schedule this year, Coach, what are some games that you may have circled on the calendar? Like, I can't wait to get to this one. It'll be a big game. So what are you looking forward to as a coach on the schedule?
Well, let's go, like I referred to some of these non-conference games as preseason games. Tonight's going to be a big test for us. It's going to be 90-some degrees out, feel like 90-some degrees out. Hey, who are we? Are we going to be able to gut through some of this? Then we turn around and play Holy Cross, and then IWU, who are 14th in the country, and I have some friends over there, and those are games that will be important here, the stretch of a week and a half. Okay, but then we hit the River States Conference, and I forget who we open up with. I don't know if it's Kokomo, but we have a stretch of Kokomo, Rio. Shawnee's new to the conference this year. 3 of those first 4 games, I think, are against those folks, and those are massive games. And getting points out of those. And then, of course, it's about getting to the conference tournament and kicking butt there. And so, yeah. So.
All right, Coach, I do wish you guys the best of luck.
Thanks.
I will definitely be out there to check out some games. I'm excited to see how it goes, and I know we'll talk a lot more in the future. Guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Inside IU Esports. I will see you guys next time for another episode.